Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of r/Entitled Parents. In today's episode, my mom is mad that I decided to leave for college earlier than necessary. Entitled Stepdad Wants Order Dropped. My mom lost her license, so I have to spend my days driving her around. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe so you will never miss a video. So let's get started. My mom is mad that I decided to leave for college earlier than necessary. For some background info, I had posted on AITA before about how my older brother would constantly eat everything in the house and not contribute anything to the family. He's 23. We would then be left with bread, water and pasta while him and his GF would constantly go out for food while also paying no bills and leaving everything on my mom. I have a gluten problem, so I can't eat bread and pasta, and I'd essentially be left starving almost. Once I did get a job, I'd buy things I'd be able to eat, gluten-free products, and he'd still eat everything up in 2 days, and for the next week I was left to starve again. It got to the point where I had lost so much weight my doctor was concerned. He recommended I started to drink some protein shakes and get a better balanced diet. I had bought a few cases of Ensures, and when I went to get them the next day, they were all gone. So I immediately purchased a mini fridge and installed a lock on my door. This was fine for about 3 months until I came home and my door was removed and my mother berated me and basically yelled at me for holding out on them. Anyways, to sum that part up, for the next few months nothing changed, but I was able to eat a little more and I'm up to a healthy weight. I also got a full ride to my top college, and they invited me to their honors college and a summer program which will give me college credits, and they'll also fly me out to them. All I'd have to pay for was my dorm supplies and clothes if I wanted any new ones. When I told my mom about it, she immediately said no to the program and to college because I'd be leaving her and she needs me because I'm her rock and I can't just leave her with my brother. Like, okay? Then kick him out and live by yourself. This is the same man she protected and kept taking his side during arguments. Everyone in my family has cut him off but her. After like 3 arguments about the program, I enrolled anyways because my grandparents gave me money to pay for my enrollment and board fee, which was like $500. But since I'm 17, they emailed her to confirm if I could go. Luckily she was cooking, so I just ran into her room and accepted it myself and deleted the email. Well, the program starts June 11th, and the whole week before that I was packing and slowly hiding things in my grandparents' house until it was time for me to leave. But my mom found out and called the college to say she never signed the slip and that I would not be enrolled, keeping me from going to college. She then broke my computer saying that I won't need it since I won't be going to college anyways. I had called the college and there was nothing I could really do since I was a minor at the time. But 2 weeks ago, I turned 18 and explained my situation to the college, and they let me continue the program but said I'd have to pay for the flight down here myself. After that, I called my grandma and had her come get me and the rest of my things. My mom was pissed. She was screaming, crying, and yelling, asking me how could I just abandon her with my brother after all she's done for me. I still have the knot on my head from her tackling me and making me bang my head against our concrete stairs. My grandparents asked me if I wanted to press charges, but honestly I just want to be away from her. She keeps texting me after what happened and said she's going to sue me for emotional damage, but that's not likely since she can't even afford to feed her family. I'm living with my grandparent now and I've never been more fed. I think I'll get all my strength back before I leave my grandparents' house. This is all honestly crazy for me because she's never acted like this. This past year she's been on a downward spiral. No, press charges for the most part. Once you let the legal system start turning, it turns on its own. The most you will need to contribute is showing up in court. You need the firm break of criminal charges between you and someone who starved you for enough time that your doctor got concerned. Otherwise she will magically show up at your university and cause even more trouble/drama. Press all of the charges, report her for child abuse as well. Get the note from your doctor and give to police to explain that you were starved to the point where you were in danger. I agree this kind of messed up behavior is unacceptable and it will only get worse the longer Op stays in that house. I am hoping that you will never ever go and see her without your grandparents with you. Also, I would recommend never spending the night in that house. Going no contact might be a little early, but her having to deal with your brother is her own fault and has nothing to do with you. I don't plan on going back. I have family close to where I'm attending school and they already said they'll house me during breaks if needed. My grandparents have also officially cut contact with her. I am so sorry that you were treated this way by your mom. I think that you're awesome, and I have never even met you. Your brother wasn't starving you, your mom was. Sure, he ate it all, but it was her that let it continue. She literally let you starve instead of dealing with your brother. Press charges if only to get the ball rolling, 'cause she may escalate things. I really hope you explained the extent of the abuse you've suffered to your grandparents. I didn't really tell my grandparents anything but the problem at hand. I never really considered anything before this as abuse, only once she physically harmed me did I say it was assault. My daughter also got into an honors program at her university, and having conquered her freshman year, wanted to study a year in Brazil, so off she went. Of course I missed her, but I raised her to be fearless, to take in as much of the world as she wanted. She recently moved back to the Midwest from London, by way of a 2-year stay in Scotland, with my new son-in-law and my granddogs. She's brilliant, and you are as well. Make your own family, and never doubt yourself. Similarly with my daughter, during the long vacation after her freshman year, she did a volunteer program in India, then did a college exchange on a different continent. She now lives a 10-hour flight away, but we've just come back from a 2-week trip to see her, and emotionally we are closer than ever. The old adage of let them fly free, and they'll always return is very true. You know, she won't stop even after your enrollment. She gonna mess w your mental health and study. You need to put a stop. You never know if she will ask your brother to face you in your university because he deserves something cause you're in the. Sending you hugs. I'm proud of what you've already accomplished, and I know you'll do well in college and beyond. Keep those boundaries strong and know your worth. You got this. Get out, get out. Do press charges. Ask for enough aid to cover times in college when you should go home, like Thanksgiving. You can stay in dorm and eat out. They charge you for staying in dorm over holidays, but get them to waive it by proving the abuse. Get job for summer and only go see grandparents. Do not live mom again. She's losing it. Tell your grandparents to help her. They probably have resources, you do not. I currently live with my grandparents, and they'll be paying for my college, which was always planned. My grandparents have cut my mom off, so I'm not sure if they'll want to help her. I'm so proud of you, OP. You're an amazing young woman. For so many reasons. You received a full scholarship for your top college. And invited to their honors and summer programs. You stood up to your abusive mother and brother. You took your future into your own hands and went to your grandparents for help. You got this. I can't wait to see how well you do in life, because I know you're going to be amazing. Best wishes. P.S. Go and see with your abusive mother and screenshot everything she sends you so you have it for reference in case you ever need it. I'm so glad you're getting away from her. Entitled Stepdad Wants Order Dropped. I haven't seen him in a long time and or talked to him because he is cut out of my life. My stepfather demanded I drop the order. The thing is, the protective order was finalized. So he told a family member his sob story. About how he was a good father to me and it wasn't fair that I hate him for no reason. That I'm excluding him from my life because he was the only one that told me no to things. He told our family member that I was this out-of-control teenager, that I was known to make up stories. That family member said I should get the order dropped and give him another chance and to unblock him. Then I told the family member the whole situation and story. She apologized for giving me any trouble, and she said she'll listen to my side next time before assuming things. Unbelievable. Why is he so obsessed with you and your daughter? This seems unhealthy. And why is everyone not noticing how bizarre this is? All he wants is control. He's angry he can't control me anymore. He abused her as a child and wants to abuse her daughter also. If you read some of the OP's previous posts, you can get a grip on how evil the stepfather is. I have a family member who is extremely toxic and narcissistic. They have done things like your stepfather has done. The one thing that I find that they do is that when something happens, they immediately put out their version of the story to anyone that they can reach out to. They do this so people hear their version, so when you try to say something later, it may look like they are right. The only way to get past this is if and when someone approaches me about something this person said, I tell them that I no longer have a relationship with them and the reasons why. This is exactly what you did, and sooner than later the truth will be known by everyone. This is what your stepfather is trying to prevent, but he will not be able to prevent the truth from eventually getting out to everyone. I am so glad your order was approved, and that hopefully soon this will all be just a bad memory. Does your order ban third-party contact? If it does, then the family member that contacted you on his behalf means that he has violated the order. Report him for it. Yes. He is definitely trying to get around the order by talking to other relatives. Trying to get as many people on his side as possible. If you have a protective order, that means he can't contact you, even through a third party. He told your family member to get you to drop it. You need to report him to the proper authorities. He's not going to stop harassing you until he's forced to. He's not taking the order seriously if he's still running his mouth. Report him every single time he attempts to make contact, especially through a third party. He sounds dangerous. Does the order include him contacting you through other people? Because if it does, I would absolutely report it. I think it's for contacting me at all. But if it applies to social media? I'd have to ask the magistrate. Sounds like you may have gained an ally. Having them may prove useful down the road. Keep the order and toxic step out of your life. Can you report him for trying to coerce others into demanding you drop the order against him? Proud of you for staying strong. And for being clean. I'm a former pill addict myself. I'm glad you've got the order. If he's prohibited from third-party contact, I don't know how these orders work, then I agree with others that he should be reported every time. I hope you and your daughter can have peace going forward. My mom lost her license, so I have to spend my days driving her around. She, 38F, lost her license several months ago due to a DUI. About a week ago, she was arrested after being found driving again. They threatened to put her in jail for 6 months if she's found again. So for the past week, she's made me, 18F, drive her everywhere. Which means 4 to 5 stops a day by her pill dealers' houses. All separate trips. According to my car, 100 plus miles a day. I get home from one trip and she demands I take her again an hour or two later. I hate it, but I do it. I've made it clear I don't like it, but I try to keep my mouth shut and just get it over with. If I make a wrong turn accidentally, she goes off about how she doesn't understand how I could make such a mistake and questions my intelligence. She constantly fights with me about how miserable I am when driving and how I ruin everyone's day. About how driving her is the least I could do to contribute to the house, even though 95% of the errands I run are just her drug trips. I'm so sick of her shit. She has made her legal issues everyone's fault and responsibility but her own. You know I'm not supposed to be driving, so don't make me go to jail. I spend every day ready to drop everything to cater to her. And I still never do it right. I'm going off to college this fall and it can't come fast enough. Do not remind her that you are leaving for college. Let it be as much of a surprise as you can manage. Otherwise she may try and keep you there. As for not doing it right, it's hard to argue with addict about their addiction. It's not you. Let it be as much of a surprise as you can manage. Otherwise, she may try and keep you there. Yeah, I've seen guilt tripping be used as a deadly weapon by suspects against victims in this subreddit. I only wish some people could be blessed with my careless attitude. Also, couldn't hurt to alert the school that she's not allowed to make any enrollment/financial changes/choices for you. You can't do this. Driving her to pick up illegal drugs can end up with you getting charged. There goes your college plans. Can you find a family member to stay with or a friend? Start a summer program at the college? I'd get out of there. Now. You are not going to college if you get caught driving with drugs in your car. Watch how fast mom denies knowledge of those drugs. Get all your documents out of that house now and separate your money now. Then let the air out of your tire. This. Move out if you can. Your mom is endangering your future. Time to cut mom off, disappear, and leave her behind. She's manipulating you and using her mom status to abuse you. Do you have a family member you can talk to or even stay with? If you get pulled over while she has her purchases in the car, you could find yourself in a world of trouble. Don't fall for her guilt trips either. The only person who has put her in danger of going to jail is her. My first thought was the OP getting in trouble if they got pulled over. I haven't even read the comments yet. So just one thing. If she gets caught, you are going to jail as well for driving her. Child, move out. Now. You're safer sleeping in your car than with an addict who forces, yeah. Right, you to drive her all over creation to her dealers. You don't get it. What you're doing is against the law and you will be prosecuted right along with her. It's called being an accessory. Yeah, if the cops pull them over, they aren't going to buy OP's forced to drive story. It's just the way it is. This. It's a ticket for sleeping in your car, way less risk than the mess of trouble your mom is dragging you through. Aren't you afraid of getting busted for drugs that could be in the car should you get stopped? Yes, absolutely. That's why I hate it so much. That, and I'm having to enable the addiction by literally taking her to these dealers. It's terrible and very depressing. How am I supposed to get my drugs if I can't drive? Addicts are a special breed. I should know. Enjoy your peace and quiet. A lot of schools will make allowances to stay over breaks if there's just cause, like an abusive, addict mom. Her getting caught driving and being locked up for 6 months would actually be the best thing to happen for you. As a byproduct, it could also help her get off the pills and beat the addiction. But seriously, stop taking her places. Literally, let her go to jail so you can be free to work and save and then go to college and never return. You could report her suspected activities to the police and help them bust all her dealers. I think this is their best bet, but they need to be clever about it. The mom could easily say things to drag OP into it. If you made it to the end of the video, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share, and we will see you in the next video.